Let me start with a simple question. If someone earns more than they did 5 years ago, why do they often feel just as financially tense, or sometimes even worse? Not broke, not reckless, just constantly tight. Tight at the end of the month, tight when something unexpected comes up, tight despite having what looks like a good job. This isn't about bad decisions, and it's not about irresponsibility. It's about something quieter. Let's take a very normal situation in the US or Europe. You're in your late 20s or early 30s. You went to school, found a decent role, and now you earn around $70,000 a year in the US, or maybe 45,000 to 55,000 euros in parts of Europe. On paper, that's solid. After tax, you're taking home roughly $4,200 a month. Nothing flashy, nothing struggling. Then life starts to assemble itself. Rent or a mortgage, about $1,500. A car payment or lease, $450. Insurance, fuel, and maintenance, another $250. Student loans or some form of EMI, $300. Phone, internet, subscriptions, utilities, $300. Before food, before savings, before travel, gifts, or life happening, you're already near $2,800. Add groceries, occasional meals out, clothes that fit your role, a gym membership, a short trip here and there, and suddenly $4,200 doesn't feel generous anymore. Nothing here looks irresponsible. In fact, it all looks normal. And that's exactly the problem. The mistake isn't spending, it's structure. Modern finance doesn't encourage people to think in totals. It trains them to think in monthly fragments. Not what does this cost me, but can I afford this per month? That single shift changes everything. A car isn't a $35,000 decision anymore, it's a $550 decision. A phone isn't $1,200, it's $49 a month. Furniture isn't expensive, it's just easy payments. When life is framed this way, almost any lifestyle feels reasonable. Let's look at one example. A $35,000 car financed over 6 years might cost around $550 a month. That feels manageable, but over time, after interest, insurance, maintenance, and depreciation, that one decision quietly absorbs more than $50,000 of your after-tax income. That's not opinion, that's math. And the same logic repeats with phones, subscriptions, furniture, vacations, and upgrades that seem small individually, but permanent collectively. So why do smart, educated people fall into this? Because money today isn't mathematical, it's emotional. We don't compare ourselves to our parents anymore. We compare ourselves to coworkers, friends, and timelines curated on social media. The pressure isn't to be wealthy, it's to look stable, to look normal, to keep up without visibly falling behind. And normal now includes constant upgrades, a slightly better car, a slightly nicer place, a lifestyle that expands quietly as income rises, not consciously, just gradually. The long-term cost of this isn't collapse, it's stagnation. Years pass, income rises slowly, expenses rise right alongside it. Net worth barely moves. That's why many professionals reach their late 30s earning more than ever, yet feeling financially frozen. Not poor, just stuck. What financially intelligent people do differently isn't dramatic. They don't live extreme lives. They don't deprive themselves. They simply think in trade-offs instead of payments. They don't ask, can I afford this monthly? They ask, what does this delay for me later? They prioritize margin over appearance, flexibility over upgrades, quiet progress over visible success. Not because they're disciplined heroes, but because they understand that comfort today always borrows from options tomorrow. If money feels tight despite earning more than ever, it isn't a personal failure. It's a system designed around payments, not progress. Awareness is the beginning, not guilt, not urgency. And if this kind of calm, realistic breakdown helps you think more clearly about money, consider subscribing. Not for motivation, just for better understanding.